Welcome back, guys. We are back, man. I know Arsenal fans have been calling for me to come back since I stopped doing the podcast. Bwana tangu tuache, Arsenal haijapata points. So I think it's a good time for us to come just before a big game, the title decider. And here we are, guys, the Ball Pod Football Show. My name is Calvin.
Hi guys, my name is Danzuki.
Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel.
And I think the biggest question and the people, what people want to know, hii game ya Mancity na Arsenal itaendaje? And I think before we even talk about how will the game go, we need to ask ourselves, but in the past 3 games Arsenal have been drawing. Why? We might leave the Liverpool game, but in the West Ham game they dropped they dropped 2 points, and after they were 2-0 ahead. The Southampton game they went 2-0 down within the first 10 minutes. So what is happening to Arsenal? Is the pressure too much? Is the squad depth very small? Or what is lacking? What do Arsenal need? And will they continue challenging for this title? Dan.
Well, I think Arsenal, still have a chance to challenge for the title. But again, as I said early in the season, that I think that Arsenal didn't have enough squad depth to challenge for the title. That's my reasoning. I think when a key player gets injured and they don't have a suitable player to fit in, we see them struggling. But again, we'd expect Arsenal to perform better, especially now that Jesus came back. Is the issue them failing to score goals or them conceding? I think their defense is the biggest threat to their title. If they could solve their defense issues, then in the famous words of Alex Ferguson, it's defense that wins you title. So I think that's why I think Arsenal are struggling. They don't have the capacity to challenge for the title, and we've seen how they've also dropped from other competitions.
I think the question is you're saying the defense is the problem. But they had the best defense in the league before Saliba and Tomiyasu got injured. So is it the squad depth, Holding coming in, or does Arteta need to change something? Has Arsenal been figured out? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think you see when you have players who are really good, and they've kept the squad in good form, and now they're not playing, then you'll find the team will struggle in general. Arsenal have very good attack. Their attacking options are very good, but it's them conceding goals that's making them look like now they're being exposed. It's not about the style of play or anything. It's them just failing to contain their defense and kuzuia mabao wasisingie. So I think that's how I see it.
All right. For me, I'm looking it from a different angle. I just think the Premier League is brutal in a way that I'm actually tempted to think that somehow Arsenal dropping points is a concentration thing, and the Premier League requires you to be concentrated, to have the concentration in all matches, and you realize how hard it is for you to concentrate in all the 100 matches. Probably that's why you need a bit of luck and a bit of game management for you to be able to stay in the ties. So for me, I would say that Arsenal can actually win the league, but again they need to rediscover their momentum, and they also need to avoid conceding early goals and keeping themselves at a point of pressure so that they can be in control of the games. Otherwise, you realize that they actually played very well towards the end of the game, as opposed towards the start, which is a worrying trend. So I think they need to be 100% concentrated and focused to win. And now that they are closer and closer, and they don't have so many matches to play, they should actually take this to the end.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you a little bit on the concentration bit because Arsenal were 2-0 up in the West Ham game, and then they started doing, as Odegaard said, some very stupid things, and they started giving the ball away, and they started being inconsistent technical, and that's how West Ham got back into the game. We missed a crucial penalty. and they scored the equalizer less than a minute later. In the Southampton game, we give them an easy goal for the first goal. I can equally say an easy goal for the second goal. Actually, for all their goals, because the second goal we lose the ball, and the high is up, but Holding is still behind, and he's not able to press Alcaraz, and Walcott is running through, and Gabriel doesn't defend the space; he defends the man, and that's how he got beat. For that goal, I don't know how they get two headers in order for them to score. You cannot win two headers in your you cannot let the opposition win two headers in your box, not when you are fighting for the title. So I think a little bit of the concentration. The squad depth, I think Arsenal were undone. People might say we do not have the squad depth, but I quite disagree because they had the squad depth for the right centre back. If Saliba got injured, either White could have dropped back and Tomiyasu come in at right back, or Tomiyasu going to the centre back position and White maintain. But now we were so unlucky that we had two of our centre backs getting injured, and we had to go to the other centre back who does not help us maintain the same dynamics, because Arsenal is a team who likes to press high. And in order for you to press high, your centre back must be willing and confident enough to go to the man, knowing that even if he's beat, he can come back and get the ball. Holding is not that confident. That's how we considered the second Southampton goal. So I think it's not, we were undone by two major injuries to our main people who could have slotted into at centre back. So I think it's unfortunate, but injuries are part of the game. So yeah, I think Arsenal a bit unlucky not to have gotten at least 4 points out of the 6 that they dropped. But
actually lucky.
no, I might say unlucky because the West Ham game, we were killing them in the first 10 minutes. We were already 2-0 up. In the Southampton game is when maybe you can say we were a bit. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about then, before we even say about anything else. Man City are now looking like they are in gear. I think they have not lost in, I don't know, 15 games or something. They have just been winning and winning and winning. Pep has finally found the system. So let me first of all start. Man, I hate this Pep guy. I hate him. Man, this Pep guy makes so many things. He started the season by trying different things, and then when the running came, he decided to come up with a new system. A totally new system with 4 centre backs. Who plays 4 centre backs? My goodness. 4 centre backs, and then Stones comes into midfield with Rodri. You cannot pass that midfield. Well, that way, they defend that you cannot go through them. They played Bayern, and Bayern were not able to find any space. Coman and Sane in 1v1, I think Coman, one of the best 1v1 wingers, was not able to go past Ake. He changed wings, was not able to go past Akanji. He tried. It's so difficult, man. Pep. So I think Pep has found the system. I think Pep is now has known what he's going to do, and what he's going to do is, man, it's going to be hard for Arsenal to do anything. But yeah, Pep, man. I think City might have just found the system that can win them the league, and maybe the treble. We don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Dan, about City? About City?
Well, I think I'm happy that the team now is gaining its form when it's really needed for us to play like very tough games. We have 3 major titles to chase. We have the Champions League, which we really look forward to. We have the Premier League, which we know how to challenge for it. Even if I know we'll give Arsenal a real good run. And we have the FA, which we're being tied against another rival, which is not an easy game as well. But I'm very confident with this squad. Personally, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see Pep getting a system that works so well. And especially for me, I think Bayern was a real test to this system, and it being successful and us containing Bayern. Like we could see Bayern is a team. I remember when Diaz was being interviewed, he was told that you're facing players who really run. They mention name, and Diaz was like, okay, even us, we have names. And people took it as a banter, but coming to the ground, we really saw what Diaz was saying. Like the team is so solid. Stones is I think I've never seen Stones play with this kind of form. He's controlling the mid, he's being creative. He's now like relieving pressure from KDB. Now KDB can freely run. The likes of KDB, Gundogan, and Bernardo are free to run. They know that back kuna Rodri and kuna Stones. They'll try to recover balls. And I think that's what will enable Man City to challenge for this title, and will give Arsenal some hard time. I think now it's more of 70% Man City, 30% Arsenal.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, we must credit for the City coach for being able to be adaptable with the style of play, because honestly, it was so hard to imagine that a team could actually play well without wing backs. Yeah. Uh, and one thing that makes City become a very dynamic club is because one, Man City know how to press. They have a very efficient pressing system, and also the players are very clinical. Come to think of it, every player who plays on the front line of Man City gives them half a chance, they will convert it. Yeah? And they will create a chance out of a press and they will convert it. So, and I think now the reason why Pep is actually playing the four centre backs and one CDM is just to seal the defensive side of the game. So that actually means that teams will find it hard to score, and Man City will only get half chances and convert them. Yeah, which makes it so hard for teams to adapt to the fact that we cannot score, but we are being pressed. And if these guys get one chance, Haaland will convert, or Kevin De Bruyne will pick a very absurd pass, or Bernardo will press the ball and dribble, or Jack Grealish is also a good presser and he can dribble as well. And Gundogan and KDB will just pop up in the box or shoot from the edge, whichever you promise. And again, so it just becomes a very dynamic side, a very physical side as well. So I just think that uh, City have it. I'm actually thinking it's for now it is Man City's to lose because of the way Arsenal have capitulated in the last three matches and given them the chance to come back into the tie. But we'll see how this goes because this is football. Anything can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think man, talking about the City team is tough, man. But yeah, Pep is smart, man. He realized that he can give freedom to the attacking players to run and shoot and take risky passes, and then have the solidity by not including the fullbacks to add extra men, and it's working for them. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We need to find out. But now let's talk about this specific game, the title decider, Arsenal versus Man City, or should I say Man City versus Arsenal? I talked so much before now, but now I think I've been a bit humble. But I think this game will be the decider. The same way we were saying that the other game was when if Arsenal will lose it or win it. But I think this game is the decider because if Arsenal win it, I think they go ahead and win the title. If City win it, Arsenal crumble probably and wait till next season to try and challenge again. So very tough. What do I think will happen? I think Arsenal will find a. I hope, man. I hope Arsenal will find a way to win this game because I can't think of any other way that Arsenal will succeed. So I think Arsenal just edge it 2-1, but man. Anyway, done. Talk about it.
Well, I think for as a City fan, I'm so confident we are going to win this game with a very big scoreline. This might be another Haaland moment to get a hat trick and keep breaking records in the Premier League. But again, I think the intensity of this game might also have some impact, especially to the players. These are the games where players know it's do or die. This is the game that changes things, and I think the team which will come with prepared mentally is the team which will win this game. And by mentally, I mean you guys won't go into pressure. This is a game where early goals might change things. If Arsenal get an early goal, then it might change how the game might end. Maybe the pressure might be too much for Man City. Yeah, it's a game you'd want to look at it as a derby or as a final. Anything can happen. You might be the team which is on form, but the stakes here are so high, so it needs everyone to be very present and be aware of how the game is. But I don't see any chance for Arsenal to win this. I don't see it.
Okay, I'll just be straightforward with it. Well, I don't really see this as a final. I'll tell you why. Because Arsenal have started a bad run of dropping points, and they might as well as win it. But I am not confident that they can as well as bag all the points unless Saliba is back. But they do not inspire much confidence as much as it's a title decider. But that aside, I think City have the edge over this game because of their late form. I'll just say based on the form, I think City should actually win because one thing I'm convinced is Arsenal would have to win. It's a must win for Arsenal, which puts them at a vulnerable point whenever they are getting they'll be attacked. Uh, my 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 sentiments actually for this game, I would if I was the Arsenal manager, I think he should try to do some good defensive work and try to hit them on the counter as opposed to playing openly. Because honestly, Haaland could have a field day with yeah, yeah. Some good defensive work needs to be shown by Arsenal, and not necessarily just pressing, but they shouldn't just play a very expansive. They should be very they could actually win a 1-0, and that just be enough, as opposed to try playing the tiki taka, because 5 defenders and you guys losing the ball, and KDB and Haaland and whoever, that can be disastrous.
Anyway, let me not respond, man, because we might leave here. But anyway, guys, you've had the thoughts. Hebu tuambie kwa comments, what do you think about this game? If Arsenal win it, do they win the title? If Arsenal lose it, does that mean that they will not get the title? Is it Man City's to lose? Will Man City win the treble? And Man City, the way they are playing, why do you think they're so good? And why do you think Arsenal are struggling? So many questions to be answered. So many questions. So tell us in the comments. Tell us on social media to follow. So anyway, guys, that's all on this title decider match. We still have many more to talk about. So till the next episode. Cheers, guys.